David Godfather voice over a giant in the industry. Keith is the man with a voice that is a voice of generations. He is an American actor. He is known for his signature deep voice and commanding screen presence in over 300 roles across film, stage, television, and interactive media. He has starred in such films as The Thing, Platoon, They Live, Dead Presidents, Armageddon, There's Something About Mary, Requiem for a Dream, Pitch Black, Barbershop, Crash, The Chronicles of Riddick, Cloud Atlas, The Nice Guys, and Nope. He starred as Elroy Patisnik in the 6th season of NBC's series Community, and starred as Bishop James Greenleaf in Greenleaf. His Emmy Award voiceover career includes work as the narrator of Ken Burns films such as The War and Muhammad Ali. In film, characters that he has voiced included Dr. Fassler in The Princess and the Frog and The Cat in Coraline. On television, he portrayed Goliath on Gargoyles, Al Simmons' I Spawn on Tom McFarlane's Spawn, the Flame King of Adventure Time, the President on Rick and Morty, and King Andreas on Amphibia. Video game roles include Arbiter del Vadam in the Halo franchise, Julius Little and himself in Saint Rose series, Anderson in the Mass Effect series, Chaos and Dissidia Final Fantasy, and Sergeant Foley in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. David was born on June 4, 1956 in Harlem, New York, and raised in Corona, Queens. His mother, Dolores Nee Dickerson, was a manager at New York Telephone, and his father, Lester Williams, worked as a director of payroll operations. He initially intended to become an actor after playing the Cowardly Lion in a school production of The Wizard of Oz, and went on to study at Manhattan's High School of Performing Arts. He attended the Juilliard School's drama division, where he graduated with a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in 1979. In 1980-81, David toured the country with John Houseman's The Acting Company in productions of A Midsummer's Night's Dream and Samuel Beckett's Waiting for God. Less than 2 years later, he went on to star as child's opposites Kurt Russell and John Carpenter's The Thing, starting his lengthy on-screen career. In the 1980s run of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, he portrayed Keith the Southwood Carpenter in the Neighborhood Make-Believe segments. He also played Keith the Game Coin Collector in the episode where Rogers and a small child learn to play the arcade game Donkey Kong. He went on to appear in such films as Platoon, They Live, Men at Work, Marked for Death, and Stars and Bars. He played Kirby in the 1995 film Dead Presidents with Lorenz Tate, and appeared in Spike Lee's film Clockers. He followed this with roles such as Volcano, There's Something About Mary, Pitch Black, Barbershop, Agent Cody Banks, Head of State, Hollywood Homicide, Agent Cody Banks 2, Destination London, Crash, ATL, Delta Farce, and First Sunday. He portrayed father in the romantic comedy action Mr. and Mrs. Smith. At the same time, he appeared in numerous independent films, including the critically acclaimed Requiem for a Dream, playing the role of Little John. He also appeared extensively in television productions since the 1980s, as a regular character of Lieutenant Williams on a short-lived series The Job. He was a regular on another shoot made on ABC entitled The Big House in 2004. David portrayed Detective Jim Crenshaw in the 2010 horror film Chain Letter. In 2010, David was cast as Max Mounty for the NBC series The Cape and a few episodes on Hawaii Five-0. David worked extensively as a voice actor. He was a voice of Flame King in Adventure Time, Goliath from the Gargoyles, the title character in Spawn animated series, and Lemuel Kane in Archer. Davis played the narrator of Okoto. He played the role of Mama in English dub of 3x3 Eyes. He revived the voice for the character Decker in the playing game of Fallout. David did work with video games Saint Row and Saint Rose 2. He revised a voice for UPS What Can Brown Do For You commercials. In the 2004 PBS documentary Ancient Refuge in Holy Land, and the 2005 History Channel documentary Crusades, Crescent, and the Cross, focusing on the medieval crusades, are both narrated by him, as well as the 2003 national documentary Inside Mecca. He later parodied his documentary work by narrating the 2012 episode of Community Pillows and Blanket. David has done voiceover work for many documentaries, including National Geographic and documentary Comic Book Superheroes Unmasked for the History Channel. He replaced Paul Winfield as the narrator for the A&E show City Confidential. Taking over after Winfield's death in 2004, he voiced the trailer for the movie Primal, which was released in the United States in 2007. David provided the police detective voiceover for Alex Cross for the audiobook versions of 3 novels by James Patterson, Cat and a Mouse, Pop Goes the Weasel, and Roses Are Red. Other voice roles include B.B. Proud, clone from the Proud Family, Movie Atlas, and Teen Titans, The Lone Renegade, and The Legend of Tarzan, and the Decepticon Barricade in Transformers the Game. He voiced Apollo the Sun God in Hercules, council member in the Final Fantasy and the Spirits Within, the Black Cat in Coraline, Sergeant Foley in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. On May 25, 2008, he narrated Kansas City's celebration at the station, a Memorial Day service held annually at the World War I Memorial Cross from Union Station. During the ceremony, he announced of Frank W. Buckless, and the last living veteran of World War I. He was the voice of Frederick Douglass in the 3rd episode of PBS documentary God in America, How Religious Liberty Shaped America in 2010. David was also narrator of the MLB Network special, Mr. Padre, the video biography of San Diego Padres Hall of Famer Tony Gwynn. David also narrated WWE documentaries including The True Story of WrestleMania and the 20 episodes of Monday Night War, documenting the battles between WWE Raw and WCW Nitro. 1992, David received a Tony Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor in a Musical for his performance in Jelly's Last Jam. In 1995, David acted alongside Whitney Houston, Cedric Entertainer, and Samuel E. Wright in the 1995 Apollo revival of The Wiz. In May 2006, he appeared in a musical Hot Feet on Broadway. David appeared in 2013 revival August Wilson and Joe Turner's Come and Gone. His performance in Ebony Repertory Theater 2014 Paul Robeson by Philip Hayes Dean previewed Wednesday, March 12th. From April 21st to 2015, David starred as Dolomite in off-Broadway play Toast. The play, produced by Lemon Anderson and co-starred Hill Harper, was set in Attica Prison around the time of 1971 prison riot and told the lives of its prisoners using poetic prose. We commend this giant for inspiring the next generation of great voiceover actors and inspiring me in my career. We love you and continue to press on for greatness. Thank you. We love you.